Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm restarting my testing foundation series and I thought I'd get the ball rolling today. The foundation that I am testing today is the Ordinary Full Coverage Foundation. If you've not heard of The Ordinary, they do really affordable skincare. They've taken away like the fancy packaging and just gave you the product that you need, and they brought out a foundation. This foundation broke the internet. When it went, they had like, I think it was 25,000 pre-orders for it, but then on the week of release they had 250,000 orders. So yeah, it is really good. The only thing I will say is this company has been taken over. I think it's by L'Oreal. It's either L'Oreal or Estee Lauder. So even though they are cruelty free and not testing on animals, they are now the parent they are like under the umbrella of a corporation that does test on animals. So if you are cruelty free, I don't know what your boundary is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my face. Now I know when people do this they only prime half the face, but then I think I'm always going to wear primer, so if you would prefer me to redo it with only half primed, do let me know, and I can do that. I'm just gonna, I like this primer. This is actually the it's Hilamide HA Blur Primer. This is The Ordinary has three like brands. So The Ordinary is like the really affordable, like sort of drugstore version. Hilamide is like the medium expensive, and then you've got another brand that I can't pronounce, which is the high-end version. Sorry, I'm back, I forgot my mirror. Just give it a clean, like you do. So, I am gonna colour correct under my eyes, just because even though it's like, oh, you can test how the foundation does on that, I don't like the effect that like foundations and concealers leave under my under eyes, because they do need that little extra support. So I use a salmon coloured one, and the one I'm using at the moment is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I find this one really nice. It's sticky and quite thick, but not as thick as the Bobbi Brown one, and I just really like it at the moment. Right, so I'll just read a bit while my face is settling. The Ordinary Colours Coverage Foundation, it's got SPF 15 in it, so that could get a little bit of flashback if you do use flash photography. Our full coverage formulation is available in a comprehensive shade range across 21 shades. When applied, the formulations blend in effortlessly with your natural tones and your skin glows. These foundations contain higher pigment levels than the serum foundations, but offer a smooth finish that avoids the heavy makeup look that can make skin appear more aged. The texture is that of a lightweight, non-oily cream. The unique suspension system used in the formulations allows shades to look so natural on skin that 3 shades or more will suit most skin tones. The shades can also be mixed at a time of application if desired. As with most liquid forms of foundation, it's ideal to shake the container lightly before use. Right, so I got, oh by the way, it's only £5.90 for this foundation if you do fancy it. So it does come in this box when you get it. It's just a generic box. I went for the 1.1p coverage, which is fair with pink undertones. I think it's the 3rd shade. I'm pretty sure there's 2 lighter shades in this, but don't quote me on that. And then that is what the bottle looks like. Like I say, Ordinary are about the basic packaging. It's all about the stuff that's on the inside. It's not got a lid, but it is a pump, which I do like, and like it says, I'm just going to give it a good old shake. I will be using a beauty blender to apply it today, and I've already got it nice and damp. I like using beauty blenders. I don't like brushes, I find I leave marks. I do like to use a flat foundation brush just to brush it all over, but I've not washed mine, so I'm just going to use my fingers today. The reason I don't use my fingers is because I've got eczema and my skin can scrape. So I'm just going to pump it on the back of my hand just to show you what the thing's like. So if I just do that. Oh, what else have I turned it on? Right, so that's one pump there, so you can see it's liquidy but quite a thick formula. Dab dab dab. Now this is a full coverage foundation, as I've said, but using a beauty blender is going to shear it out a that bit more anyway. So just to take that into account. Blends in lovely. got a really lovely finish. I've got like spots on my neck, so that'll be a good test, won't it? Now I will say something, it has collected all my foundation there, that's why I like to rub it in more. So the beauty blender is going to suck up that little bit more. And if you'd used a brush or even just your hands. So that's one layer there, so you can see the total difference. It's covered up my redness really well. You can still see freckles, you can still sort of see there's a little slight bit of redness on the top of my cheeks. But not enough that I'd cry about it. It's not settling into pores, I've just had to pat it in then because it's just going over it. No, I forgot to say as well, my skin type is dry, well it's combination dry, so I do get like an oily T-zone, but on the whole my skin is quite dry, so I do use like hydrating moisturisers, and normally I use hydrating primers, but I just didn't get my primer out, I just decided to use the blue one because I do have pores on this area, which is normal, and I am 30 now, so wrinkle lines are coming in. That is one layer, that's 2 pumps. Half face, I do have a big face, that's probably why I use more. I am going to do another pump just to go in certain areas that I do want more coverage. I'd say this is more, to me this seems more medium coverage when you compare it to like the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation, but we shall see. I'm just going to pump down the back of my hand so I know where I'm going. So it can be built up. I just wanted that little extra on my red patches. If you saw my last one that I did a while ago, which is my first one incidentally, I said that foundation never stays on my nose, so it will be a good test to see if this one does. But yeah, it blends in really, really nice, effortlessly. I don't know if you can tell, so you can still see blemishes, you can definitely see them on my neck, but I love the finish. It is like a demi-matte, but it doesn't look like I'm wearing anything, and it's alright on my nose, it's not clogged in my fine lines yet, if it is gonna. Hello everybody, so this is my first foundation check-in. I've like shopped till I dropped today. It is 25 past 6. I did want to come in a bit earlier, but obviously I didn't. So I think, because I forgot to show, I had the foundation on by 10 o'clock. So that's like 8+ hours. So let's have a look. It has, I don't know if you can, let me zoom you in. Oh, so attractive right now. I don't know if it's going to focus. Oh, there we are. So as you can see, my nose is shining, it has come away from my nose. I did say when I first put it on that it didn't do very well for my redness anyway, but yeah, that's just to show you that it is coming away. It's not too bad here. It's not really broken away here. I have noticed that it had broken away all here, but I did get a runny nose before. And one thing I can notice is, I don't know if it'll show us in camera in there, it's quite like, I want to like blend it in. It looks like it's like clogged a bit there, and it's clogged to my dry patches there. As you can see, like my breakouts are all coming through fabulously now. Look at that, bastards. And the same here, it's sort of clogging. It's like a really weird, I can't get it close enough to show you the weird sort of finish it's left there. Now normally, it's coming away on my chin as well. Now normally, getting you close there. Normally I would pat my face with some translucent powder throughout the day, so like my nose and everything wouldn't look as shiny, and these little bits here I'd sort of blend them into each other. It doesn't look too bad on the bottom. There's a slight bit of fading up here, but not as normally as I get. It seems to be more there. I don't know why. I must do something in there. Then here, everything still looks really nice on it. My highlight still looks really nice, not that you can ever tell on this camera. Let me just tuck it off. It doesn't do anything for glasses. As you can see, the glasses marks are well in there. And if I like take you closer again, you can just see that my lines are starting to come through. So yeah, my frown lines are there. I must be frowning today. Other than that, it's not really... I'm pretty impressed actually. It's not broke away at my hairline. That's still looking just as fabulous as it was, as much as my hairline can look fabulous. Like I say, I've got my frown lines showing. It's obviously not stopped my glasses from sinking in. In fact, let me just clean my glasses because it's been raining outside. So yeah, all in all, I'd say for 8.5 hours, which is like a full day's work anyway, I'm pretty impressed with that. Say this is only £5.90. Pretty impressed. 8+ hours, I cannot like fault it. It still feels really comfortable on the face. It doesn't feel really heavy. It just feels like I've not got anything on. Now normally when I wear a full coverage foundation, I very rarely wear full coverage, but like say if you had your Estee Lauder double wear, which I don't wear anymore, or even the Marc Jacobs Remarkable, after a bit you do feel that foundation. But yeah, this feels like nothing, and like I say, I still think it looks good, and I'm being like uber critical right now of it. So like the little bits I have shown were like uber critical. In a general day life, I'd pat a bit of translucent powder on those and I'd be good to go. And also this is 8.5 hours with no setting spray. Now normally I use the Jar Cosmetics one, which is quite hardcore, so just an FYI there. I'm going out again. I've just been shopping, as you do. It's 6:30 now. I am going to the Trafford Centre, so I will come back at the end of the night and I will tell you my final thoughts before I take it off. So it's definitely going to get a massive lot of wear. Hi guys, it is 5 to midnight in the UK. So this has been on since 10 o'clock in the morning, so it has had a good 14 hours wear, which is pretty good going, especially because I'm not used to putting my makeup on for such a long time, and I have not touched this up at all today. No powder, no nothing. And the one thing I can see, if I zoom you in, obviously that's where my glasses marks are, but I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but it's very oily here, very oily there. Let me go back out again because it's not going to focus enough. Broke down a bit more on my jaw there, where you can see a distinct line, and then at the bottom of my contour it's sort of clogged a bit here. It has totally all gone out the side of my nose now, even more than last time, and underneath. And the actual clogging that I said on my lip and here hasn't got any worse. In fact, here's still the same and this bit has faded, but I don't know if that's just because I rubbed my face, because I've got a pimple growing and they bug me. All of my chin's gone. This side hasn't faded as much as this side, so I don't know if I'm touching this side more. But like I say, all on my nose has gone. It's gone further up on my nose now. It's all here and it's very, very oily. Actually not too bad on my forehead, to be honest, especially to say that I have a fringe as well. My bronzer's still there. It's not, there's slightly shine, it looks a bit shiny here, but it's nothing that I'd think, oh, it's like breaking away. I'm actually pretty impressed with that. As well as like along here as well, it's not done any fading. Slight bit there, but I think that's just because I mess with my hair. All my contour and blush and whatnot, everything is still on as it's meant to be on, and even my eyeshadows, because I did put some on my eye. I mean, I did use eye primer, but even my eyeshadows haven't like broken up, and I do get oily lids, and because they like sag down they tend to fade, especially because I've wore a bolder eye. But yeah, really happy with that. It's not to say that I used a blurring primer, that wasn't like a miracle cure and I suddenly don't have pores. So you can still see them, but they're not like, I'm 30 years old, I've got pores and I'm getting fine lines, so I'm never going to be able to fully hide those unless I get Botox anyway. So whilst you can see them on this area, it's not like in a, oh my god, like it's all breaking down kind of way. It's just in a general, that's what you've got kind of way. In these lines here, it has started to like break away. You can see that a bit more. And like I say, towards my lip line, it hasn't got any worse, but there is that clogging issue there. I would highly recommend this foundation, to be honest. I think for 14 hours and all I've got is an oily nose and a bit of a, like this lower bit, I think it has done phenomenal. This foundation is £5.90. You do get the normal 30ml. Now I did use 3 pumps, 3 pumps. So basically 2 pumps is my full face, and then I did another pump that just spot checked it everywhere. I thought the coverage was lovely. Like I say, it was a demi matte and it didn't feel heavy, but it did good coverage. It says it's full coverage. Now to me, full coverage is like the Estee Lauder Double Wear. It's literally like a porcelain doll. And I do agree that it like did make my skin look fantastic, but I could still see freckles and I could still see blemishes, so that to me tells me that it's more medium to full coverage. I don't know if you agree with that, but unless it can like hide everything and like it didn't cover my redness, I don't really see that as full coverage, but that's like how you interpret foundations. Would I buy this again? Hell yes. Would I recommend this? Hell yes. This is a very good foundation. For the price, you cannot beat that. Most drugstore foundations are not even less than £6 nowadays. You like L'Oreal's, your Maybellines and your higher up drugstore brands are in the 10 to 15 range now. So to get such a good one for this price, I think it's brilliant. Go out and buy it. Just go out and buy it. So I hope I haven't missed anything out there. Please do let me know if I gave enough information. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you did like my video and you want to see more from me. Hit the like if you did like this one. Incidentally. No, that's not the right word, is it? Whatever it is, hit the like button, just because I'm odd and I need the likes. Don't forget you can hit me up at Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook and Twitter. They are all bubblybex3, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!